Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to another live session with GETI Live Talk as a part of Disruptive Education Movement. GETI Live Talk is a forum, an initiative by Global Education and Training Institute under our mentor's guidance, Dr. Sunita Gandhi, with her sole vision to transform education by sharing wonderful ideas for change. And we at Getty, we are committed to teachers' training and professional development to facilitate learning, teaching, and of course, sharing wonderful ideas. Well, this is a unique global disruptive education movement wherein we bring education leaders from around the globe. And today we have with us Dr. Krutarth Joshi, who is the principal at Little Flower School in Lahore, Gujarat, and he is an NLP practitioner, also an Six Sigma expert, a counselor, and has won many awards. Well, the list is pretty long. And today he has joined us to talk on the topic that is teaching for understanding. So, very warm welcome to you, sir, on this platform of Getty. And without much ado, I would request you to please take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, sir.
Am I audible? Okay. Good afternoon to all. My lots of wishes to the worshipper of Goddess Saraswati present here. My dear friends, today I'm going to discuss about the topic Are you able to see the PPT?
No, sir, not yet. You haven't shared.
Okay, thank you. We all are working in a teaching field. Even the person who are not in the field of teaching, they all are.
So you haven't shared the PPT yet?
I have shared, ma'am.
No, sir, it's not visible.
Okay.
Yes, sir, now it's visible.
Thank you. As I was telling all of you, we all who are working in teaching field or who are connected with the teaching field, those people are talking. Apart from those, the people who are not attached with the teaching field, they all are talking about the teaching should be meaningful. The teaching should be done in such a way that every student has come out as a winner of life. I want to repeat the word. Everybody wants that the student or our next generation should be cultivated in such a way that they are come out as a winner of their life. The winner of the life means not only in the form of economically growth, not only in the form of physical growth, or not only they are intellectually powerful, but it whole way, or if I use the very famous word, the holistic development. And when this holistic development can be come out through teaching or by our school education, and therefore the very simple word is that whatever they learn, whatever they get in the form of information, it should be converted into their understanding. And therefore today I want to discuss and I want to share some ideas on teaching for understanding. And therefore I want to start with very wonderful question of today's discussion lead question. What can happen in classroom among teachers and students to foster the attainment of knowledge, skill and understanding? So this is the lead question or the thing which we are going to discuss today. But before starting this thing, let me clarify some word. As our human mind, as I told you, we want to create a holistic approach in students' life. We need to understand that understanding of everything is must. But before reaching the understanding, some words are very fundamental and we need to create it. Human mind can be classified into 5 categories. First of all, whatever he gets, it is data. And what is data? We all know in this. Not only mobile data, but it is simply raw material or simply exist like words, statements or symbols. This all subjects can be covered into this. All of you know words, some statement and symbols. Then that data are processed to be useful. Some symbols are there. Why this symbol is that? Okay, what this symbol is represent, from where this symbol has come, and when this symbol has come, what is the meaning of this word, what is the statement done by this person. This all things, when answer who, what, where and when, that will be known as the information. That will be known as the information. And when this information will directly apply, and that word is how I can use this statement, how I can use these symbols, that will be the knowledge. So data convert into the information, and information applicable base will be known as the knowledge. But the meaningful learning, why these things, why, it will be known as a why. And but the most important thing is, after understanding, that will be the wisdom, evaluation. Whatever they have understand, it is evaluated or not at different level, that is known as a evaluation. So if I give you in graphical mode, very easily data to information, that is the understanding relation, then it will convert in our mind as a pattern. And then when it convert into the principles level, when it, that understanding, that data's application will convert into life, that will be known as a wisdom. If I give a very perfect example, you can understand that we all have used many times. Even I can tell, every day we see the tap. The tap will give us a water, that the student can reproduce it to understand the information. This is step, that is in knowledge. How to mold it, that is skill. And if we perform it, that will be convert performance, and that performance is skill. Now knowledge and skill can be translated as information of routine performance. But understanding is ability to think, act flexibly, whether the water will be clean or not, it will be drinkable or not, that will be their flexible understanding. Now, as we all know, why? But again, as I have started, there will be the $1,000,000 question will be raised in your mind. Why this type of understanding is necessary? When something is meaningfully understood, it's retained for much longer. So we all are telling, oh, now examination system is becoming a rote learning system. And if you want to come out from this obstacle, this type of understanding we need to bring in our classroom. Second thing, can be built upon acquire further understanding. That is, we all know that is nothing but application. If understanding is happen, is very versatile in the situation and ways, it can be used, and it facilitates creativity. So for a long time, and to apply the knowledge whichever we have get, and to useful in versatile form, that will be known and useful, and therefore understanding is important. What should be the key ideas? First of all, we need to generate topics. Then understanding goals should be what today we are going to teach them. For an English unit with understanding goal, student will understand how to detach the clues, both obvious and subtle, that author gives about what their characters are like. And there will be performance of understanding, and then ongoing assessment. Again, I want to repeat, first of all, we need to generate topics. Means we topics of exploration have multiple connection to student interest and their experience. So as much experience means as much as question, as much as solution we can provide, we provide. Then what are their use, and exactly what is necessary, that understanding goals we create. Then performance of their understanding by so many activities and so many ways. And then yes, we have performed, but whether they have already pursue or not, and therefore ongoing assessment is necessary. Then how can we teach our understanding? The first step, make learning a long-term thinking center process. Second, provide for rich ongoing assessment. Support learning with powerful representation. This is most important thing. Powerful representation. Then pay heed to development factors. Fifth, indicate student into discipline. Six, teach for transfer. This is again, I think, the most millionaire point, and that is teach for transfer, not only for the exam. So what we can do to become a teacher of this type who can transfer? First thing, who makes learning thinking centered, not only whatever answer has given. Second, arrange for rich ongoing assessment.
So
Suppose
the slides are not moving.
still this slide is become the teacher.
No, sir. We are still on the same slides of some terms to be known. It's not moving.
Now, ma'am,
No, sir.
how it happened?
Maybe you can continue on the normal mode. Don't go on slideshow mode.
Okay, become the teacher. We have to become a who makes learning thinking center, arrange for rich ongoing assessment,
So it's
supports
still the same
learning.
slide.
Okay, let it be, no problem, ma'am. Let it be. Supports learning with powerful representation, pays heed to development factors, index student into the discipline, taught and teacher for transfer and wide. Then we have succeeded in mobilizing a powerful students for building that understanding. Let me recite one poem. It is very useful. Mind in its purest play is like some bat that beats about a caravans all alone, contributing by a kind of senseless wit, contributing by kind of senseless wit, not to conclude against a wall of stone, not to conclude against a wall of stone. It has no need to filter or explore. Darkly, it knows what obstacles are there. Our mind is known, and has it this smile like a perfection? The mind is like a bat, precisely, save that in very happiest intellection, a graceful error may correct the cave. A graceful error may correct the prey. If we take this as a kind of vision of a performance perspective on understanding, it says that knowing is one thing and finding out is something else. And therefore, finding out is a matter of grouping about and filtering here and there every now and then. If you flit actively, you make one of those graceful errors that corrects the cave and reveals unsuspected avenues or indeed unsuspected barriers. So, if we turn this story of the bat into our educational theory, it would say that we need to create those caves for learners where they can flit around. In such caves, they can engage themselves actively in exploring further the space that they already know and make those graceful errors that enlarge the cave for them. Or they may find unsuspected barriers because that's part of the cave as well. What type of activity we can do? Within a 5 minute, I'm going to conclude it. Just I want to give physics we teach, and in that we teach gravitation and friction. They learn the definition is information and drive. Even they derive the formula skill. But if we ask, for instance, when two objects of different mass has dropped from the same height, what will be the result? If which thing will reach earlier? If they are able to answer this, means they are understand. To make a generalize, we recognize understanding through a flexible performance criteria. Understanding shows its face when people can think and act flexibly around what they know. In contrast, when learner cannot go beyond rote and routine thought and action, this signals lack of understanding. Means when they go apart from whatever routine learning or rote learning, it will be the real understanding. When they apply the thing, it will be the understanding. And if I give some example, let me start with the history. In history, how does our historical past make us who are today? Like if medieval rulers was not fighting among them, they were unite, we will not be faced the gulami. If we can explain in our history class, it will be the real understanding. Same in general science course, let me give you the one wonderful example. Student will understand doing science is not the process of finding facts, but of constructing and testing theory. When they start this thing, testing the theory, it will be the real understanding. For algebra, how can we use what we know to figure out what we don't know? Same way in literature, student will understand how metaphors shape the way we experience the world. So, if I give quickly the implementation cycle, one or more discipline we include in our classroom, interesting for the student, interesting to the teacher, open-ended question, accessible for all age, an opportunity for multiple connection. If I speak this, you will tell how it be possible. Let me give you the wonderful example. We all teach pyramid of Egypt. Am I right? What is historical content? Dating the pyramid, political and social religious structure of ancient Egypt, and geography of Egypt. But with that, if we make the connection of mathematics, ratio and proportion, its plane and 3D shape, and its measurement, and the statistic behind this, then automatically real understanding for co-link education will be happen. We all know the wonderful story of Poga Pandit. Yes, you are right. The backup of your mind has come. The person who was knowing everything but not able to swim, and therefore he died. Yes, full of knowledge but not able to swim. Therefore, ability to swim with knowledge, that is understanding, and that we need to convert. Now the last part, how we can evaluate whether they after this much the students understanding. When understanding is the purpose of instruction, the process of assessment is more than just evaluation that we need to clear in our mind. I want to give a very clear example for it. Just think about the coach of any game. What he will do in the morning, he will tell, today we are going to learn how to perform the leg spin. If he's a cricket coach, just think. Then he will teach how to perform the leg spin. Then he will ask all the player to perform it. Then he will analyze. Then he will sometimes stop the practice. Then he will give a sustainable feedback. No, you are doing this way. Instead of that, your hand should be like this. Your grip should be like this. That will be the tricks for improvement. And after that, again, they will practice and go for new tasks. This will be done in our classroom. Focus on one point, give them exercise, again give a sustainable feedback, and give the tricks to improve it in their mind. After practicing, go for a new task. This will be the real thing. How we can evaluate it? Rubrics we can create. What constitutes a good answer, that clap for. Give extra credit for excellent answer. Few minutes for silent reading and understanding quizzes first, then to test it. 2-3 example I want to give you. If our classmate, if our student can teach his or her classmate, it will be the real understanding. If he can solve related other problems, means so many things are there. I want to give one example. Nowadays that rain is going to come. So in that, when they will see in mirror and fog is there, they can tell us, yes, this is the condensation. Same way, assessing others' problem, can find out others missing, where they are missing, and can suggest or think, utilize of content. Means they can make a model of any theory or what is the use, day-to-day use of theory. If they can suggest, that will be the real understanding. So the last thing, we all know that this way, if we convert data into information to knowledge, and that application of daily life with many activities, that will be the real understanding. So now I want to tell you very famous thing of Jeffrey. Though we teach many things, information, content, skills and strategies, and much more, working for transformation in understanding is perhaps an educator's most important work. Reading is powerful way of expanding and transforming our understanding, based only if we have the willingness and the tools to see other points of view, reconceptualize our understanding and change our thinking and behavior. That will be the real thing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So let me tell you the way I have started. We all are working for a teaching field. In that, as we have started the way, as I have given some example, again I want to repeat one or two example with my friends. When we are teaching history, what mistakes our kings has did, or what things they have performed nicely for us, if we can teach them. In science, we teach the theory. If we teach them, or we can cultivate the environment in which they can apply that knowledge, or they can construct the knowledge model, that will be the real understanding. And to evaluate whether they are understanding, if they can teach their peer, if they can apply in their life, and if they can find out, okay, this is the thing only missing in you. If you can improve, your concept will improve. If they can find a mistake, that will be the real understanding for that. I think it is enough for understanding. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, uh, for talking about this topic, teaching for understanding. I think knowing is one thing, and finding out is something else, like you were talking about. Whenever we ask the students about how they can understand the topic, we will always get different answers from them. Some will say maybe we can read the definitions and understand. Maybe the other child or other children will say that we can connect with other examples in real life. It's totally up to their understanding, and teachers, they can find out like whatever they are teaching, why they are doing so, what should they teach, what should the students understand, and they need to give time to the children to understand. It's a flexible and powerful way of kind of restructuring learning, and then focusing more on the understanding. As you said, that it makes people flexible, it gives that much flexibility. And understanding is more than skills and knowledge. It is a way, your capability to know the idea behind this, and to apply them in new context. As we know that the world is rapidly changing, and it is this ability to understand and apply the matters, not how much we know, but from understanding we can build knowledge, and we can use it in the real world. We can connect with the real life examples, and same what we are focusing on, that students can connect their learning to the real world, and to understand the threads that link the ideas and the processes together. I think your whole idea was very much clear, but I don't know, unfortunately, due to some technical problem, your PPT was not visible, but that's okay, never mind. Overall, I think it was a very informative session. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today and giving us your time. And thanks to the viewers also for joining in. And we will be definitely connecting soon with another such informative session. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, everyone. Stay safe. Take care.